Hello there. I hadn't seen you. Well, welcome. This is Christian here. Nice to meet you. Now that you're here, why don't you stay for a while? I would like to share with you about something so fascinating that has intrigued the most brilliant minds in medicine and psychiatry for the last century. But first, we need to start from the beginning, shall we? There have been lots of interpretations around what motivates living beings to execute well harmonized and controlled movements, like a control tower at an airport gives the commands that help organize the plane's routes and trajectories.
Yeah.
This particular friend is one of in charge of commanding, ruling, and distributing what the rest of the body needs. And yes, I am talking about the human brain. We are going to be discussing about the effects of antidepressants over the human brain. But what happens when the stimuli the brain receives to experience happiness, wellness, and motivation start to shut down? Just like an oil lamp needs its source of combustion, the human brain needs to get the proper feed of chemicals to operate optimally. However, the wellness most people experience during childhood, once the teens years are reached, in certain cases suddenly stops and is replaced with depressive thoughts. The black cloud of depression steps into the scene to complicate things, and it is not enough to deal with the confusion of teenager years. Depression makes it worse. In response to this ailment, pharmaceuticals have developed diverse drugs that help people dealing with this modern common epidemic. But how does depression work? Allow me to break it down for you, and let's put it in simple terms. Imagine a tree that needs to nurture its branches so the leaves can have green vivid colors. The root gathers the nutrients and transports them through the trunk all the way up to the leaves. The human brain works similarly, but these roots are minuscule connections inside where the serotonin, a naturally occurring substance that functions as a neurotransmitter, carries signals between nerve cells called neurons, distributing to important brain parts and helping with mood regulation, memory functions, motivation, and energetic feelings. But it also has important jobs in other parts of the body. When the channels where serotonin and other chemicals run are clogged, then depression starts manifesting, bringing opposite feelings to wellness and motivation. Now, what are the effects of antidepressants on the brain? According to numerous studies on patients with chronic depression, it was estimated that more than 85% of them improved significantly after the intake of medicine. And the feelings of hopelessness, lack of purpose, fear, and negative thoughts decreased. This even made them feel more balanced, being able to retain their lives once again and to function well cognitively. However, it was necessary for them to keep on the treatment at least for 3 weeks without interrupting it. The antidepressants open up the clogged channels so serotonin can flow again at normal levels. On the other hand, not everything is wonderful with these drugs. There are side effects to antidepressants that patients must be aware of. Different studies state the side effects list, and they vary from one patient to another. But the symptoms go from weight gain, sexual dysfunction in all their types. They have experienced as well blurred vision, constipation, dry mouth sensation, and dizziness. Even though this occurs in a significant minority of patients, the incidence is still considerable. Relapsing is also possible, and doctors must warn about these potential risks. So what would happen if a diagnosed patient decides to stop the ingesting of antidepressants? Among the different adverse symptoms, there are issues to sleep, sweating, sudden anxiety, and flu-like symptoms, among others. It is transcendental then that we understand depression and that it cohabitates in the middle of our relatives, friends, and neighbors. They need our utmost comprehension and sympathy. You are the type of medicine for their lives.